man. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan, and the executive director of Miami Heat Broadcasting, a man who does a great job setting up all things in Heat broadcasting. Ted Ballard is stopping by right now. Ted, how you doing this morning? How's everything going? You staying dry? It's a kind of a monsoon out there.
Yeah, it started off with a heavy downpour this morning, Tobin, but we're doing our best to stay inside in the moment.
So, Ted, you have a really cool thing. I saw this the other day at the scrimmage, but you guys have this. There's a lot of renovations that are going on over at the Kaseya Center. New bathrooms, new flooring. It's look at the new screens up there. But the broadcast area has gotten switched up a little bit too. So, can you tell us what you guys have going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're super excited to unveil the new Dr. Jack Ramsay Memorial Media Center, for the Hall of Fame coach and broadcaster who spent 8 years with the Miami Heat. And for the first time in our history, in arena history, we have all of the broadcasters, TV and radio for home and visiting TV in one location. So we've worked. It's a project 2 years in the making, and we're super excited to have it come to fruition this fall.
What went into you guys deciding you wanted to name it after Dr. Jack?
Yeah, I think it's a great question. He has so many connections, Tobin, to this organization that obviously people knew him as a legendary broadcaster, iconic broadcaster, in the early to mid 90s when he joined Eric Reed, and his calls still kind of ring true with Heat Nation and a lot of our fan base. But he was so connected to the basketball operations aspect of our organization and to the business. So many people fondly recall Jack. And, when you think about it, he was Bob McAdoo's coach at the Buffalo Braves. He was a rival coach to Pat Riley when Pat was coming up with the Lakers and Jack was, in Portland. And then clearly everybody, the well-known stories of him in Portland with the Spoelstra family and Coach Spo attending his clinics. But that relationship, as most know, was a mentoring relationship long into Spo's own coaching career. So I think that his connection to this organization, he's kind of a fabric of the culture kind of guy that just is so beloved and has endeared himself in so many ways that it was just the right choice. He was kind of the logical choice if we were going to name a new area in broadcasting after someone.
Yeah, I loved it. Getting to sit there on the scrimmage night, it was cool. One of the things I was always worried about, filling in on the couple pre-games that I did with the company. It is cool being there amongst the fans, but I was always like doing the hover over with my laptop because look, the people are there having fun. The beers are flowing. I'm always like, there's going to be some guy here. Someone's going to hit a game-winning shot, and it's going to be fountain time over there. So to have that little, that whole little cutoff area in the lounge it was a beautiful setup. You guys did a fantastic job with it.
Yeah, thanks. We Jax and his crew and the whole radio broadcast with Tommy Solana, Amy and Jax, they've now moved into the loge that we were temporarily in with TV the last couple of years. So again, it's just so great that everyone is in one area. It's a lot easier now being on that loge level, that suite level for Jax and Amy to kind of do their two-step between the TV pre and post and their new location. But there was just so many, there was a lot of detailed thought and planning that went in from so many departments in the organization to make this happen and to clear this space. And it's just, to be honest, it's hard to believe that those 2 years have passed so quickly to realize that now it's actually taken shape.
Now you guys are planning on are you planning on like a grand? We had that with the UD section. Is there going to be like a grand unveiling of this whole setup?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it is. We're super excited. We actually have 4 of Dr. Jack's 5 children coming down. They're obviously not children anymore. They're well into adulthood, but they're coming down on November 1st, and we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony, and they're all going to be part of it. And I wish I could convey to you just how excited they are as a family to be able to take part in all of this and to know that their dad, who was such a, not only a legendary figure in the NBA, but just a loving, caring person who everyone enjoyed. They're super excited about the fact that this is going to kind of enshrine his memory for a long time.
It's a beautiful setup, man. You guys did a great job, Ted. Really appreciate you stopping by to let us know about it. And looking for, how did you enjoy last night? How did you enjoy Cole Swider, the Cole Swider show in the fourth quarter?
Well, as I'm sure that Eric Reed is such a wordsmith, and it took him all of about a couple minutes to come up with Swider-Man, and I'm sure that will catch on quickly. But it's funny. Eric even said late in the game, for those watching, you tend to think that these games don't matter. But I mean, Tobin, you've been a fan for a long time. Time and time again, we've had these incredibly exciting preseason games. And I thought what was great, Cole's story in the fourth quarter was tremendous. But, to me, it was just as enjoyable to watch Thomas Bryant, so animated with the reaction. And it just shows you that these guys do care. I think they understand what's at stake. Leroy's been a player in preseason, knowing what it's like to try and, make the cut or make the team. And so, these games do matter. And I think it's great for the fan base to realize, that's Heat culture. Every game from preseason to game 82, they always treat it like it matters.
It was really cool to see. And I love seeing the bench just take such joy in watching what Cole did, what Thomas did. It was awesome to see. Ted Ballard, the Vice President and Executive Director of Heat Broadcasting, stopping by. Ted, we appreciate the time, man. We're looking forward to seeing the official unveiling of the Dr. Jack Ramsay Media Center. It's a beautiful setup. You guys did a great job, and we appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, Tobin. Appreciate it. Great work.